What's up, Taiwan? I'm Sani Chi with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan is starting a new kind of military exercise this week. What the Defense Ministry says is to handle emerging threats from China. Defense reporter Jaime Okan explains.
Taiwan is carrying out what it calls unprecedented military drills. Now, while the exercises don't have an official name, a rough translation describes them as immediate combat readiness exercises involving all branches of the military, which will last for 5 days. Sources have told TaiwanPlus that these exercises are not live fire, but they do practice a scenario in which China turns gray zone activities quickly into an actual military attack. We will see troops dispatched and mobilized to various defense positions. Many people are calling these exercises mini Hangguang, referring to Taiwan's largest annual military drills, which simulate how to respond to a full-scale attack from China. The Hangguang exercises take place at the end of July, and so one of the goals here is to get troops ready for those drills. China has already responded by sending 26 military aircraft as part of a patrol around Taiwan. Taiwan is conducting these exercises as a response to China's gray zone warfare. Gray zone warfare describes aggressive actions that are definitely not peaceful, but also aren't an act of war, pushing a weird in-between gray area on how to respond. These activities include suspicious cargo ships operating around Taiwan, looking for undersea cables, as well as now as psychological warfare. This morning, an official account from China's Ministry of State Security released the full names, photos, and ID numbers of 4 individuals from Taiwan's Information Electronic Warfare Command. They say they're henchmen of so-called separatist forces supporting Taiwan independence. Taiwan's Electronic Warfare Command has responded by reminding that it sees China as the biggest threat to security in the Indo-Pacific. Taiwan's Defense Minister Wellington Koo said earlier in March that one of his priorities is for the country to tackle China's gray zone threats, which is why exercises like this week, in which the military responds rapidly, will most likely increase in frequency in the future. Alex Chen and Jaime Okan in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan is protesting what it calls a unilateral change of its representative office's name in South Africa, calling the decision to side with Beijing a blow to democracy. Originally called the Taipei Liaison Office, South Africa has renamed Taiwan's diplomatic mission in Pretoria, the Taipei Commercial Office, on a government website. South Africa had previously asked Taiwan to rename and relocate the office. Taipei has requested official negotiations to handle the issue, but those have not taken place. US President Donald Trump says Taiwan's TSMC proves his tough trade policies work. Here's what he said about its chair, C.C. Wei.
Mr. Wei, most respected, one of the most respected people in business, forget about chips, from Taiwan. He's coming in, he's spending hundreds of billions of dollars, and he'll be spending it largely in Arizona. But these companies are coming in at levels that people haven't seen, and they're coming in because of the tariffs, and they're coming in because of me too.
TSMC recently announced plans to boost its investment in the US to a total of $165 billion. A sum the White House calls the largest foreign direct investments in U.S. history. Trump has threatened to impose tariffs of 25% or more on imported chips. His administration's tariffs on metals, cars, and medicines have already raised fears over high costs and a global trade war. In an increasingly uncertain world, like-minded democracies must stick together. That's a message coming from the Yushan Forum, an annual meeting of global figures. Rick Loud reports.
This is the Yushan Forum, a meeting of global dignitaries here in Taipei, hosted by Taiwan's Foreign Ministry. Now in its 8th year, the annual 2-day meeting looks to build bridges across the Indo-Pacific, raise Taiwan's voice in the region, and lessen economic reliance on China. President Lai Ching-te says this push should now include like-minded countries further afield. This year, a number of important figures from Europe attended, warning of new geopolitical uncertainties under US President Donald Trump.
Since January, the relationship has become increasingly transactional. President Trump sees the world in terms of 3 power centers: Washington, Beijing, and Moscow. We need to ask what that means for countries like Taiwan.
Taiwan uses this forum to push its soft power and foster people-to-people connections, highlighting its position as a high-tech hub that can use semiconductors, artificial intelligence and quantum technology for good.
Taiwan is intent on working side by side with other countries to face the challenges of this new era. Today's Taiwan celebrates not only the democratic achievements that are recognized by the international community, but also our strength in the semiconductor and tech industries, which enable us to play a key role in restructuring global democratic supply chains and the economic order.
Taiwan faces an uphill battle in engaging in important diplomacy like this. China, which claims Taiwan as part of its territory, hits out at other countries for engaging with Taiwan diplomatically. But the messages from this forum are clear, that the world order is in flux, authoritarian leaders are emboldened, and like-minded countries must stick together. Klein Wang and Rick Lowett in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Nationwide recall campaigns are gaining momentum in Taiwan, targeting opposition Kuomintang lawmakers. But the party is trying to win the support of the public with some tactics of its own. Tiffany Wang reports.
A massive civic recall movement now gaining strength, with at least 34 opposition Kuomintang lawmakers' seats on the line, as recall motions reach the second petition stage. Campaigners now seeking the signatures of 10% of voters in each district to bring the motions to a vote. A prominent supporter of the recalls, former semiconductor magnate Robert Zhao, has called attention to the movement, standing with members of the ruling Democratic Progressive Party and his Safeguard Taiwan Anti-Communist Volunteers League.
这是现在一个真的是台湾未来的一个关键之战。我们很高兴现在大家终于团结成一起啊。那么这个民进党的议员们跳下来了。
This flurry of recall campaigns comes after nearly a year of partisan fighting in the legislature. The DPP has been facing off with the KMT and Third Force Taiwan People's Party, which have used their combined majority to pass bills. At the same time, efforts to oust DPP lawmakers have not made it past the first stage of the process. Now the KMT announcing a new initiative to win public support, holding 100 policy briefings over the next 2 months. The party says it's in response to the recall efforts, which it says is endorsed by the DPP. It's also proposing referendums questioning the abolition of the death penalty and opposing martial law. This after President Lai Ching-te called for the return of military tribunals, a response to an uptick in cases of enlisted and former officers spying for China. The legislature would first have to approve any amendments to relevant laws.
可以因为一人的决定就可以进行宣布，对岸为敌对势力，让两岸进入了一个兵凶战危、准战争的关系。
But the DPP says these claims are unfounded and that there is no martial law. On the death penalty, Taiwan's top court ruled last year that it is constitutional but limited its scope.
国民党一骗再骗，绝对灭顶，骗反会死，骗反戒严。
Whether through recall petitions or referendum votes, both the ruling and opposition parties are urging the public to make their voices heard, to help settle their differences once and for all. John Su and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus.
4 more search and rescue dogs are joining the force in Taiwan after passing their qualifying exams. I was there for their big moment. 4-year-old Bagel is one proud pooch. After officially being certified as a search and rescue dog in Taiwan, she can now begin the important work of saving lives.
这也代表了一个新的里程碑。像我们的团队在训练的基础上面是会扎得比较厚实，所以当我们的狗狗已经过了这个门槛之后，就代表我们这个狗狗在任何的救灾现场，它都可以有一个基础的搜索作业能力了。Go.
Bagel is one of 4 dogs to pass a rigorous certification exam, organized by the International Search and Rescue Dog Organization. The exam tests dogs on their ability to sniff out people buried in rubble within a certain time. only about a third of candidates made the cut.
我其实没有想到说这次的考试难度会这么的高。那每一场考试其实它就是一个都是一个未知的情境状况。小狗有办法去克服这些状况的话，就是靠平常基础功的扎实。你要有很有计划的去安排每一个小小的步骤。就算我们今天只是有一个很小的步骤，让它去快速的完成，快速得到奖励，那一点小小的东西，对他在正式考试的时候都会有帮助。
Bagel and her 3 classmates bring Taiwan's total number of mission-ready rescue dogs to 56. These dogs play a vital role in search and rescue efforts, sniffing out people who fall foul of Taiwan's many typhoons and earthquakes.
那搜救犬这种东西，它是必备的一个搜救工具，所以台湾不可能没有搜救犬。台湾一年震好几次，那大地震的时候，我们平均台湾5年一次，人家可能几十年才遇到那么一次。
Rescue dogs were first introduced in Taiwan in 1999 after a massive magnitude 7.3 earthquake struck the center of the country, killing over 2,000 people and trapping many others under rubble. One rescue dog handler who came to help at the time was there to judge the competition. He says Taiwan has really improved in the past 25 years.
Definitely successful. I remember my first way to Taiwan. It was 1999. I have been here with my Czech team. I have been here as a dog handler, help your people, and after big earthquake. And you didn't have dogs. And if you compare for today, you did big step.
In disaster relief situations, dog trainers say the key to success is teamwork and getting frontline rescuers and their dogs the resources they need.
那这些人他对灾害现场的了解都已经很够了，那他加上搜救犬这个部分，他能在灾场很妥善的去应用这些技术，他本身的技术叠狗的技术，去执行达成一个团队的任务。
So far, Taiwan has trained up 7 of Asia's 9 highest certified search and rescue dogs.
Come.
Now, with a mix of experienced veterans and new recruits, Taiwan's Search and Rescue Force, along with their 4-legged heroes, will continue working, training, and answering the call to save lives whenever disasters strike. Hang Shu and Sanny Chi in Nantou for TaiwanPlus. Movie stars from across Asia gathered in Hong Kong for this year's Asian Film Awards. Indian film All We Imagine as Light took home the award for Best Film. Meanwhile, Taiwanese actors Li Kangsheng and Yang Guimei won Best Supporting Actors. Actor Wu Kangren took home another accolade for Taiwan, winning the AFA Next Generation Award. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we take you to South Africa for the Cape Epic Prologue, an intense cycling race with climbs through the area's vineyards. I'm Sanny Chi, take care and see you next time.
Deep Current, Architecture of Taiwan, every Sunday, 7 p.m. on TaiwanPlus.